Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture Shock. I always get someone on the podcast that I think is interesting, and my next guest is from a country that I could say a little misunderstood. And hi, Manali,
Hi,
welcome.
thank you so much.
Where are you from, first of all?
Well, I'm from Iran.
Okay,
Sometimes that's kind of hard to guess for people,
right.
maybe, but I think Iranian people could definitely recognize me as soon as they see me.
Where do they think you're from mostly?
Mostly
Yeah.
here, like foreigners, not Iranians, but foreigners would think I took so many like comments, so many countries that you're from. They just want to show Iran as a really undeveloped country. Iranians, they have like such a beautiful culture. They're very welcoming. They're very warm people, and they all have access to internet.
Amazing. Good to
They
know.
see the world.
Good to know.
You know, you don't see us, but we
True,
see
true.
you. It's a really beautiful country. Maybe a lot of people know this, but I think they don't know about Iranians in particular. They don't know that even though they are really fighting with all the limits that they are facing in the country, like sometimes internet blockage, which we use VPN. There is always a way.
Yeah.
Hijab, mandatory hijab, and everything. But people are really living there, and they're surviving, and they're living their best life possible in that kind of circumstances. So when you go to Iran, you have like these amazing parties.
Yeah.
People are partying. It's not like they are all with full hijab or whatever. That's not even true. And actually recently people are actually showing more hair. They're being more free
Right.
as we go on. And you have everything there basically.
Okay.
Cars, internet.
Amazing. Yeah, I asked you. Recently, the part of the propaganda was coming from the war, right, and what was happening, and you were there. You were there in Tehran
Yeah, I
during
went
that.
for a visit and then I got stuck in the war basically. And I was in the middle of Tehran feeling all the bombing, everything right next to my house, feeling like I'm
Crazy.
gonna die soon, like basically saying goodbye to all my friends outside of the country that, okay, if I don't talk to you tomorrow, like I wanted to just say goodbye and everything. And it was crazy. I never thought in my life that I would feel a bump next to my house. And it was crazy. It was a really, I'm actually traumatized from
Yeah.
that. But people would think this is really normal in Iran, but actually there was no war during my time since I've been in Iran. I never heard any bombing or anything. This was the first time that my generation felt this. And Iran is actually was safe before this. Like it wasn't an unsafe country. You could easily just go in on the streets and have fun.
I'm gonna pull the brakes a little bit on politics for security reasons, but I want to get back to culture, and we found some common things. I thought that was interesting to me. For example, you told me that you listened to Amr Diab and Shireen, and I was surprised with two things. I was surprised by well, not surprised, but it was interesting the Egyptian music influence all over the world, even going to non-Arabic speaking countries. Let's just say
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
And the impressive part as well, what we have in common when it comes to culture, traditions, we're going to get into that. And yeah, so I thought that was also.
Yeah, actually, when I was a kid, we had the Arabic music in our TV, in our satellite, all over the time, like all the time, and everything. Like we had Western media, we have the Arabic music, maybe area. We were exposed to everything, and it wasn't free. Like at some point, people had to fight for having satellite in their houses. Like maybe 20 years ago or maybe less, a bit less. And the internet, the VPN, it's all a bit. inconvenient, obviously, for people, but at the end, they all choose to know what's happening outside of Iran, even though people would think that maybe we are like North Korea,
Right.
we're
Yeah,
not
like
like
very
that.
closed off from the world. A
Yeah,
lot of
but
people think that, but
yeah.
I don't think it's as
Actually,
closed off.
people love it. People
Right.
love to know about Western culture,
Yeah.
about any other culture, and they
Right.
just like to be international, but it's not allowed.
That's not allowed. What do you miss most about Iran?
About Iran,
Yeah.
it's your hometown, like the vibe. It's the vibe that I miss. It's a very warm country. Like when you go to the streets, people are warm and people are caring, and people help each other as much as they could, I'd say, which you don't see this here. And I miss the parties.
Okay.
I mean, like the gatherings. People. I mean,
You
people are
guys have
having
parties?
no.
Okay.
People have parties, really amazing parties in their houses. We don't have clubs,
Yeah.
but
You don't have clubs.
we don't have clubs, but you should see the house parties.
Interesting.
It's even worse than clubs.
One time I was talking to an Egyptian colleague, right? In English,
Yeah.
right? And you asked me an interesting question. You're like, why are you guys speaking in English together?
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
you're both Egyptian. Why aren't you speaking Arabic? And just brought us back to the idea of holding on to your culture and what is this like part of sort of like a westernization of cultures, because that's the case with a lot of people in my circle, a lot of people in your circle and stuff like that. And I thought that was why do you think this is happening? In my opinion, in my case, it's just a matter of getting used to. And I think here in Dubai, it's just it's a very globalistic environment, and it's easier to communicate in English even if it's someone who understands your native language. That's how I see it.
This is happening even in Iran. What I feel is that the West is injecting their culture into their language, their culture, everything into us, into our country. So we are using more English words when we are talking, even in Farsi, like it's not a very international country, but you see people using a lot of English words when they're speaking Farsi, Persian, so you can feel that if it's happening in Iran, then imagine all the other countries that are so exposed to the Western media, Western culture, and having those people in their countries. So what I feel like is that they're actually injecting this idea into people's mind really slowly that West is better than you. So our language is better than your language. Our country better than your country. So that's why, like, imagine taking a visa. If I want to go visit Europe, you have no idea how hard it is for an Iranian passport to go there. That's just saying that we are better than you. You can't just come to our countries. You have to have certain things, good amount of money, good amount of education, good job, everything. We have to, even a lot of people with that, they get rejected, So it's not very equal. It's not an equal world. Definitely, we all know that. But what I think is that we are not seeing what they are doing to us. I'm a very neutral person, I don't say that something is definitely bad, black, or something is definitely white, good, it's all together. Everything is together. But I feel like our culture is being underestimated. The Middle Eastern culture is really beautiful.
Sure.
Even the propaganda, they are trying to separate us, in Iran. Because of the Western media, because of what is happening is that people are, they don't think very well maybe about the Arab world, and it's vice versa, I'm sure, because they're trying to divide us. That's what I think. Because imagine if we get united, like having this Schengen visa in the Middle East, by the name, the specific name, but I don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, we need to think about that.
Yeah. So people actually try to get into these countries, and all these countries are united, and we are
Do you
all
think
good
we'll ever
together.
reach that point?
For sure. Maybe a long time. It's gonna take a
gonna
long
come.
time, but it's gonna come
It's
one
the
day.
transition of the power dynamic that is
Yeah,
slowly
yeah, yeah.
happening.
It's
Will become
happening.
the new power. But that's very
Not
interesting.
us, but
Not
we
Iran?
will not the Middle East.
Not the Middle East,
so
but-
soon, because we're gonna get too strong.
Not so soon. You're right.
Not so
but
soon, yeah.
but technically, that power dynamic is kind of happening. You know, we talked about this before. The transition
definitely.
of the West to the East,
The rest of the East, yeah.
and global powers like even economically, like Saudi and Dubai, and and all of that. So
Yeah.
and I like the word inject. You used the word inject.
Yeah.
To talk about the propaganda that's happening, and it's happening slowly, and it's like you said, we're not seeing it.
Yeah, because they're working on it for years. They are working on this for years. They're trying to divide everything. They are the ones who put borders on Arabic countries, actually, So I don't want to go into controversial.
We'll pull the break again from politics.
Yeah.
But definitely that's interesting. All right. I saw this quote that I want to tell you about. And this quote goes like, money isn't everything.
And we talked about this,
Yeah.
and we agreed that it is everything.
Why?
I feel like this is going for years. They're telling the people that money isn't everything and money can't buy happiness. So people don't go for money, So people stay in a certain level. So not everyone wants to put their 100% and be free, have a business, because obviously the world needs some people that are like having office jobs, some doctors, some engineers. Not everyone can be a business person. So what is happening is that they're telling us that money is not everything, but we should use this in examples as we did before, right? And consider different scenarios. So, for example, let's say, let's go through scenarios that would make someone really upset in their life. Something that comes to my mind right now is having their heart broken in a relationship, right? So, because that's something that it's not dependent on money, it's not about money, and it's all about your emotions and your loved one or whatever.
Can happen to anyone.
It can happen to anyone, a rich person or a poor person, or so let's say one person in two parallel worlds, so in two different timelines. So the first one reaches some amount of money in his life, and the other one doesn't. They grew up in the same situation. They grew up with the same parents. They're basically that one person, but we are just considering them getting rich after one point. So one of them gets rich, right? So they get their heart broken, both of them, which one moves on faster, do you think?
The rich one.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll have more means to move on, or to yeah.
Exactly. They have the tools.
Yeah.
Because when this person stays at home, can't do much, maybe they don't even afford to go to a therapist, That's like the basic thing, This other one can have like the best therapist. They can have amazing vacations to just feel better, feel empty. I mean, they get it out of their system sooner because they're in a better situation. They can go, I don't know, like if this person is staying at home and feels sad and heartbroken, and the other one goes to like Brazil, or like goes to Bali.
He has a lot of options, a lot of tools to
if he goes to Bali, he will definitely feel better.
Resolve the issue.
Yeah.
But the poor guy.
But the poor guy.
Poor guy, you know what his only option is?
What?
for him to move on is to get rich.
Exactly.
So 100%.
Exactly.
And
And
I
this
think,
this is not about gender. A woman and a man, I think they both feel the same. A rich girl and a poor girl, a rich boy and a poor boy, they just go through it like that. If they have the money, they have more tools, they have more benefits to move on faster. They have more fun.
but gender-wise, who moves on faster? I asked you this before.
This is a different kind of question. So, I'd say maybe girls maybe move on faster. Maybe.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
maybe it's
No. You can't just say 100% for something. You can't be certain about
yeah,
something, you know,
It seemed like I seem to have convinced you last time. but-
because people have different mentality. You know, a girl could not move on for a few years, and someone can move on in 2 months or less. You know, but in general, yeah, I would say, based on my experiences and my friends and people that I've seen, maybe girls move on faster, but they really, really get devastated. You know, so it's not like it's faster, so it's easier. It's because they're mourning a lot more than the guy. The guy realizes it later on, usually. I know you don't agree with this, but the guy usually, like, they go party with their friends, they go
I feel
hang
like
out with other
that's
girls.
the total
And
opposite. That's exactly what girls tend to do, and we're not obviously applying this rule to everyone, like you said. But yeah, let's just, like you said, let's not put it under like a gender category. You know what I mean? But I agree. Back to the main point.
again, they're injecting this idea, but people, the new generation, I feel like they are not buying it anymore.
No,
Yeah, they have a more open mind about this, and they, because of the media, I'd say maybe because of Instagram.
right, and TikTok. And all
Yeah,
that,
they see that what is rich life, what is happening in their life, how they are getting their money, you know, so they're finding the ways, and
Yeah.
they're exposed to it. But before, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people couldn't see this so much. They couldn't see how's the rich lifestyle. So not everyone could see it, you know.
Right, right.
And now, because they're seeing this every day, they want to have these kind of things. They want to have the brandy outfits. They want to have the good cars. They want to take nice vacations. But even like I would say Iran. In Iran, I can feel this definitely, that the past generation, they had a really more simple life. They didn't care about a lot of stuff. But now, the new generation, no, they want everything,
Yeah.
you know? So I think it's going to change.
Priorities are different now,
Yeah.
you know, and which makes sense. I want to go back to the point of money doesn't buy happiness. And because you said there's a lot of preachings that tell people, oh, you can be thankful for what you have, which you should,
Which is
by the way,
true.
which is true.
Yeah.
But it makes you less aspirational.
Exactly.
It makes you less aspirational.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening with, like you said, like a lot of countries, a lot of nations are just embedded with this kind of culture.
Yes. So if that's true, and money doesn't buy happiness, why is it that these poor countries, like the Middle Eastern or African countries, they're obviously less happy than the European countries or American people? So you can tell, because they have more tools, they have more things to be happy about, they have more entertainments. So how, in any way that I look at it, money really buys happiness.
But some people will show you. I'm thinking about the counter argument to that because we both have the same opinion. So I'm trying to like be the devil's advocate. Some people come back at you and tell you, but see this guy who lives in like the poor village, you know, some faraway country. He's happier than, you know, billionaire X. A lot of
Yeah.
people have that kind of argument.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I'd say anything is possible. Someone can be poor and happy, can be poor and not happy, someone can be rich and be happy.
But it's not a general rule.
It's not a general rule. It depends on someone's choice, a person's choice. So if they're happy, then live it. Just be happy, live your life. Go live in your farm or whatever, you know. But you shouldn't try to imply that to a society to try to stop them from getting, to say the word, from getting
their goal, or
Yeah.
Okay.
from improving.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could still go with examples that we put this in different examples,
Okay.
you know. So we use the love life.
Okay.
So what are the different scenarios that can someone feel health? Exactly.
Yeah.
Health. So anyone could get sick, right? But if a person is rich, they have the money, they can have better care, better doctors, better surgeries, anything better.
They'll live longer eventually.
I mean, if they both have two people that they have, let's say, cancer, you know, it's in the same stage, it's equal. If this one has more money, maybe he lives a bit longer than this other one, you know, or maybe
100%.
get better completely. We don't know.
Yeah.
So even in health, you can use this, that having money is still better.
Both you and I, we work in similar industries. And I wanted to ask you, a lot of people most people have different answers when it comes to this. But when you ask someone, why Dubai? Why the move to Dubai?
My reasons are really simple,
Okay.
you know. One of them is weather. I just don't like to go somewhere cold. You know, I like the warm weather. Second one, it's close to Iran, so I can just visit my family and they can visit me easily without going through the visa, Schengen visa or anything, you know, like that.
Yeah.
It's such a big hassle. And the other thing is that I feel more like home here than being in a Western society, because I like this warmness. I like that I like the food here more. You know, I like the weather here more. Even though here is much, much hotter, much warmer than Iran. But also this place has a really big, I don't have the word.
Dubai?
Big capacity
Okay.
for money and economical
Perspective.
achievements and perspective. Yeah. So I'd say that if you find a way here, you can definitely be successful here and gain more money, because it's connected to infinite amount of money here. You know, so you should just get the opportunity.
Is amazing.
Yeah. Say it's Dubai dream now.
100%.
It's not about American
100%.
dream anymore, because I used to be fond of moving to the US.
Me too.
You know, you did.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
So
used to be a believer of that.
but now I think the world is changing, and the world is always changing.
Exactly.
So it's always moving forward, and now it's maybe Dubai's turn.
100%. 100%.
And I would say the Eastern countries as well, like China and those countries. Yeah.
Sure. Do we want to talk about anything else?
Yeah, we do right
We
now.
do.
But I think people are not curious about Iran. I don't know why is that, you know? Like for me personally, I'm always curious about different nationalities. I go and search, you know? People are not like that? I feel it. Like they see something in TV, in the news, you know, BBC, CNN or whatever, and that's it. They're not curious to see more.
Right.
What is it like? Because they don't even think that we have rain or we have snow or we have ski resorts. They think that like we are riding camels in the middle of the in the middle of the desert. That's crazy. Now people know better. Now people, maybe they have a different idea about Iranians and about Iran. You know, it's just not the government, Put that aside. I would say Iranian people are the most peaceful people that you could see. Seriously.
Wow.
They look for peace. They don't like any wars. They don't like to invade other countries, and they just want to be friends with everyone. But this is not what it looks like. Maybe because of the government or anything else, the media, the propaganda, I don't know. But the people you see, we are calm people. Like I'm sure that you've seen a lot of Iranians here, especially in Dubai. There are a lot of Iranians. They're really calm people.
I agree. I think this came to your benefit in a way. You're saying like a lot of people are researching on Iran, because, and it's something you just mentioned, a lot of people are in search of the truth, maybe the new generation. So whatever something comes up, there's a lot of questions now. People don't just take things for granted anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions. Oh, let me just watch a video on TikTok and see what it's all about.
Exactly.
Rather than just believe.
Now they see everything.
Yeah.
Maybe they now they see everything. They see both sides.
Right.
They see all the sides now. So this is on the benefit of people, maybe this media, but on the other hand, it's injecting a lot of propaganda as well, you know, and redirecting people's mind into specific things, you know. Maybe they're making people's minds really shallow. When people are talking about something, they just want to consider their own idea, that what I think is the best way of thinking. This is true, right? They never consider that nothing is 100% in this world. Even when you take a genetic test from someone's child, it's not 100%. It's 99.999, you know? So nothing is 100%. We don't know anything for 100%. So we should always consider, when you are thinking about a society, when you are thinking about Iran, when you think about anything, you have to consider that maybe what you're thinking is wrong, and go search and go see other people's views on things, and go find it for yourself. Don't just accept an idea and be like, this is white, this is black. Nothing is white
100%.
and black. Everything is gray. Something is just closer to white, something is closer to black, you know.
Right.
This is why people just want to just be persistent on a specific idea in their mind. They just want to say that, no, now I believe in this. You should always go in the middle. You should always consider other ideas. You should always rethink. You should always ask. That if you don't ask, then you're just following something blindly. So just think for a moment, what if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
You know, and just go think. There's no harm in that you go and think opposite of what you've been thinking all this time. So just go and think that maybe I'm wrong. So for me, the final destination is to know everything about the universe, about the world, what is exactly happening.
I think some words, we have a lot of words in common as well.
In common, yeah.
Like, how do you say thank you?
No, that's not.
It's not?
Mamnoon
That's not.
or mutashakkiram.
But mamnoon is an Arabic word. Mamnoon means grateful.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What about
Mutashakkira, you say?
mutashakkiram? Mutashakkiram.
It's a little bit.
The Persian one is sapasgozaram.
Oh, that's.
You definitely don't have that
No,
because that
totally.
has pe.
Yeah,
You don't have
totally
pe.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting though.
A lot of words are common, and other people think that we know each other, we understand each other, like Arab people and Persian people, but they don't know that we really don't understand each other.
Yeah.
Like they don't know the definition of, they don't know the difference of Arabs and Iranians, Persians and Arabs. They don't know it.
Right.
They don't know anything,
Right.
you know. A lot of people, I'm so surprised. Like
True.
they think they are this. Even Turkish people, a lot of them don't know. Even though like Turkey is like right next to Iran, a lot of Iranians live there.
Wow.
They think that Arabs are Persians.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They think we know each other, we understand each other, but no.
People don't know anything about Iran.
That's why I'm so surprised and I'm so upset. People should go and
They
learn
will after
more.
this.
They
They
should
will
they
after
should
this.
learn more. Yeah, please go. They should learn more. Like the history is amazing. We have
Yeah.
like a really, really long history.
Right.
And we talked about this about Egypt and Iran,
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I really hope, but the reason why I'm doing this whole thing, the podcast, is literally, if I were to put like a mission statement kind of thing, is to
Yeah.
say to bridge the gap between peoples of the world and
Exactly.
having conversations like this.
Seriously, because Iranian people need to be seen more. Like their culture is amazing. The country is just so beautiful. So they have to see for themselves. Like I really get upset when I see that people don't know anything and they have like really bad ideas about the country.
Yeah.
So actually people's mindset is really modern in Iran. You cannot believe how modern and they open-minded they think, a lot of them.
I think
They're
people.
very open-minded, like maybe more than Arab countries.
Wow. Yeah.
But I don't think you would think that.
Because when people look at Iran, they think of the government, and the government maybe is known to be more.
I think the government wants to show it like that as well, but
The
that's not the
conservative
truth.
look.
Yeah, the conservative look, but it's not true. There are all types of people in there, religious, non-religious.
Interesting.
Yeah, everything.
Thank you so much for
You're welcome. Thank
coming
you
today.
for inviting me.
Absolutely. Lovely conversation.
I hope that people find this interesting.
Yes.
And they go and search more and put comment.
Definitely.
If they have any questions, I would answer.
Please comment your questions about Iran, and we'll get back to your answers. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.